This is the city, Los Angeles, California. That's where we are for this edition of the NFL on EA Sports. Today, it's the opener of a new NFL season, as it'll be the Houston Texans taking on the Los Angeles Rams.
To kick off for Houston.
And off we go from SoFi Stadium. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
Stafford. And they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5.
And a really nice play call there to start the drive, especially if you're a team that has a little bit of a reputation for throwing it downfield. You come out and you think maybe you can catch them off guard a little bit, and they did. Little screen pass, backdoored them, and that time worked well for a solid gain.
Stafford now to throw. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
That one came up just a little bit short. I'm wondering, is he still a little bit tight as this game starts? What would you say? Maybe he's going to take the governor off of it?
Or maybe the donut off the baseball bat like the guys beyond that circle?
I like that. Yeah, just take that little extra weight off of him and start to play freely.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4.
180. And middle. Rush in.
Now a whistle, and I think a penalty here for a delay. No, they're going to say timeout. They did get the timeout in time. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down.
Double right.
To throw is Stafford. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he's going to have a Rams first down by about 3 yards or so as they wind up getting 7 there on 3rd and 4. So he turned to a trusted, familiar face in that 3rd down situation. It paid off.
Yeah, you go to your veteran receiver in that spot, so you can't underestimate him when he's on the field. Defensively, make sure you know where he is because he understands how to get open in key situations.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. And they're not going to get this one off in time. It'll be a delay. Well, you got to think, Charles, that one's on the quarterback as everybody was up at the line of scrimmage. He just didn't call for the snap in time.
Yeah, I think he needs a little bit better awareness out there because you got to know when the clock's in single digits and either snap it or get a timeout called if you have one.
Alert! Like 7. 50. Easy. 50. Drill right. 22. Hey, 5-0. Pretty hot.
They'll fake it. Now Stafford. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for L.A. 51 yards.
It's got to feel good to hit on one of these in the first quarter of a brand new season. They're hoping this duo can really make some noise this year. And this is a great start. A big play here early in the ball game.
So barely time to catch our breath. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the red zone. They'll run for the first time here with Kyren Williams. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty. But when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13.
Zebra!
Now Stafford. He's got a man wide open, complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
A lot of precision being shown on this opening drive. They've been methodical, they've been crisp, and as a reward, they're going to be set up with an early 1st and goal.
First and goal, a good chance for our first touchdown of the new season. Williams is not going to get in here as they push him back to the 2-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down.
That almost felt like the defense said, he is not getting in. What a play.
Not only stopping him at the line, but pushing him back a yard as well. Back at the 2 now. Here's 2nd and goal.
280. Like 7.
Williams trying to get to the goal line, but he's going to be stopped just short at the 1. The 2nd down play not much better than the 1st, just a gain of 1 there. Driven it down the field nicely here on the opening drive, but now it's put up or shut up.
No doubt about it, because to make that type of a drive and ultimately kick a field goal would feel very disappointing. But I'm just wondering, is the head coach thinking, is this 4-down territory? Might he go for it?
280.
And Stafford's going to take it himself. And he'll get it. He's over for the touchdown. The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Rams are on the board here first in the season opener. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you got game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Looking to put a drive together. Stroud off the play fake. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 65 yards. And the Texans are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own. Kaimi Fairbairn on for the extra point. And he starts his new year off on the right foot as well, as this kick is good. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here.
35-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They were successful last time finding the end zone on their opening drive of the season, and they'll get another shot here with a 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. He's got it at the 15. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for L.A. 56 yards. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a 1st and goal situation.
Ready. 180.
They'll try and run. This is Williams. And he'll take this from the 9 to about the 7.
Not a whole lot there on 1st and goal, and that's what you're looking for defensively. You'll certainly live with giving up just a yard or 2 in this situation.
Our score after 1. The Rams with the football here to begin the 2nd quarter. As they come up now, 2nd and goal. Williams will try again. And they get him behind the line, so that short gain on 1st down quickly negated. Chalk that up as a 4-yard loss, and now it's 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal.
180. 53. Ready.
Here's Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown Rams. Terrence Ferguson, his 1st NFL reception, goes for 6. And the Rams have taken the lead. No surprise there, 3rd and goal down here. That's where they're going to look for their tight end.
Yeah, you want that big guy running his routes because it doesn't matter who they cover him with. If it's another big guy, he might use his bulk against him. If it's a shorter defender, might go over the top. Either way, you tend to find a little bit of a mismatch in that area.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. And able to get this out to the 25. Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
Well, partner, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33.
Here we go.
And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. That's their second, so they'll have one remaining here in this second quarter. We'll be right back.
Stroud, he's going to audible to something else.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. This one left side caught by Collins.
And a penalty flag down as he gets only about a yard. And let's listen in on the call.
So since that last gain did not get a first, they'll decline the penalty there and force a 4th down. Here's Tommy Townsend on to punt.
For the Texans.
And now on 4th and 1, it's a fake. And the gamble pays off. They get the first. Defensively, a bit of a collapse, allowing the 4th down play. Result in 23 yards. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout. And with that, they're now out of timeouts. There's still plenty of time remaining here in this second quarter. And I don't quite know what's happening here. It's a 1st first down, but the field goal team is out onto the field. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this will stay at a 7-point game. Mr. Davis, you're a football lifer, my friend. You've called games at the highest level. You know head coaches inside and out. Please explain that one to me. Speechless. The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Set. Blue 60.
Throwing is Stafford. Now they go screen. It's complete. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of 6 yards on the play. And they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert, as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
Stay 50, stay 50.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. How about that? They weather the storm of a 3rd and 17 to pick up the first.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter, 14-7. This offense in midseason form here in the opener. It's 1st and 10. Now a give up the middle to Williams. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. That tackle behind the line made by Will Anderson.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Hey, get a 20!
Off of play action. Here's Stafford. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Christian Harris.
3rd down.
Coming in from that outside linebacker spot, he gets him down. It's a loss of 5. So now Stafford and the Rams, after the sack, they're staring up at a 3rd and long.
180! Omaha, ready, blue!
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. So on 4th down, on is Ethan Evans to punt for the Rams. Christian Kirk deep to return it. And they will get to this one and down it at the 13-yard line.
At their own 13-yard line.
The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. A slim deficit here in a one-possession game. Not much time left, obviously. We'll see if they can march this down the field, at least get 3 and take some momentum into the locker
locker room.
Does a really nice job here by the coverage, understanding that they're in a high-stakes situation. If he doesn't make a play on that ball, there's an excellent chance it ends up either as a touchdown or as a nice gain downfield.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now Stroud.
Man open, it's complete to Dalton Schultz. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line.
Throwing now is Stroud. Got a man. It's the rookie out of the 3rd round.
Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Stroud sets up the play action.
Dumps it off to Nixon. And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And it'll be 2nd down.
Here's Stroud. He's got it to Collins, complete.
And he's in. Touchdown, Houston.
Nico Collins
As the first half is winding down.
and the Texans have a chance to tie the game here in the final seconds of the half.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
At their own 28-yard line.
The LA offense ready to go for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much
Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Derek Stingley picks it.
And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
Well, Charles, you're so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before the half. Looking at it with 20/20 hindsight, though, might have been better to hand it off a few times, hoping to get something to break instead of putting the ball in the air and, of course, putting the ball in jeopardy.
Final play of the half, Stroud. Open man is Collins. He's got it.
And with the clock waiting zeros, he is into the end zone. What an exclamation mark to the end of this second quarter.
Indeed. Indeed.
Fairbairn now to add the extra point. It's up and good, and that'll make the score 21-14. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. We'll see if Week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air, really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
Now they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
That is incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began, thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Stroud looking to throw.
And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. A big play that time on the catch and run. And it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
Back to throw. Here's Stroud.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll take this one in for a Texans touchdown. Jalen Noel with his first career touchdown in his first career game.
And the Texans go up by 2 touchdowns.
Fairbairn good with the extra point. And the lead now up to 14. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away.
From a yard or 2 deep, here comes a return. And the decision to bring it out, kind of a costly one, as he won't make it back to the 20.
18-yard line.
The Los Angeles offense set to begin their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in.
That's caught inside the 20. And he'll be down deep into Houston territory. A big play there for L.A. 69 yards. The partner, he just surpassed 60,000 career passing yards. I remember when you and I were there when he hit 50, now 60. Where does this stop?
I don't know where it stops, but how did we even calculate this one, right? Long division? New math? Use an
I
abacus?
trusted you. You're smarter than I am.
My calculator shorted out on this one. 60,000 yards. Congratulations.
Man, has it been fun to track his career, and it continues. The defense showing some anger after giving up the big play. This time they'll lose 1 or 2.
You got to figure the further they fall behind, the more you think that they'll get away from the run. They're trying to stick with it, but the results, they just aren't there.
32. Hey, 50.
Now it's Stafford. This is caught.
And the Rams are going to be set up with a first and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
Oh, nice job there for the ball. Ran the doorstep of the goal line. Couldn't quite get it to pay dirt, but he got awfully close. Let's see if they can cash it in over the next couple of plays.
22. Lady.
They'll run it with Williams. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I see a shake in the head as he gets up, and you've got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
Williams again. And he will again go backwards as they drive him back to the 4-yard line.
That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
20.
Now Stafford on 3rd and goal. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was a touchdown if he could have hung on. Instead, it was a well-timed collision to jar that one free.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
Zebra.
Here we go on fourth. Stafford. And this is caught. He's got it. Touchdown, LA. 2-2 Atwell from 3 yards out. And the Rams take the chance on 4th and goal, and it pays off with 6. Extra point attempt here still to come. He's got it, and they're back within a touchdown at 28-21.
The score, Texans 28, Rams 21.
The Rams kickoff team on the field, and here we go with the ball in the air. Now a crease here as he's past the 30.
The Texans take
Solid
over first
return,
and
pretty good
10.
field position. They'll start at the 32. Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. Still enjoying the lead here in the third quarter despite their defense giving up that last touchdown. Now they'll see if they can get the equalizer here on this drive. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That one goes for 24 yards.
As they began this drive, I was wondering how they were going to attack since they're playing with the lead. Would they continue to try and push the ball downfield? Well, after one play, it appears that the answer is yes.
Here we go. At 18. That's it.
And they'll go play action here with Stroud. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. 2nd and 10, third quarter of the season opener. Play action. Stroud now. And he's going to be sacked. They sack him back right at the midfield stripe. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up third down.
Third and long.
Tall task ahead of him here, needing a full 15 yards to move the chains. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. And a huge return as he'll take this one all the way down inside the 30-yard line. Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
And now Stafford's going to move him around.
Alert!
They'll come out throwing here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
A
really nice gain of 25 yards.
And the Rams, first down.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there for him to go get it.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A looming decision to make on the conversion, down 7, but first things first, they need to score as they come up on first and goal. The carry here for the big tight end. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
Brandon, if I wanted to run the football this close to the goal line, I'd think I just turn around and hand it to my tailback. Too many things could go wrong in this situation. I think they're fortunate just to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Middle.
To throw is Stafford. And it's complete. He's got it in the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. 2-2 Atwell. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Rams are an extra point away from tying this game here in the fourth. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A fourth-quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for two, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Don't forget the extra point. It's up and good. And an important one that is, as we are all tied now early in this fourth quarter. What a start to the season this has been. Back and forth, all tied fourth quarter as the kick is away here. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback.
35-yard line.
Houston's offense already at the line, set to get going. Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this fourth quarter to try to grab that lead back. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
But they've certainly been successful throwing it around in this game. That's allowed them to move the ball on offense. But I've got to tell you, to watch them run the football and successfully, I'm not taking sides. But to see the ball in a running back's hands, oh, that's football for me.
20 for touchdown, Houston. Nico Collins, 43 yards. And the Texans answer back with a touchdown of their own to break our tie and take the lead here in the fourth. On for the PAT, Kaimi Fairbairn. It's up and good, and they jump back ahead, 35-28. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. And now, after the touchdown a moment ago, they work from behind in a 7-point game in this fourth quarter. Plenty of time on the clock. He's going to air one out. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And the Texans are going to take over once again, and they'll have it at their own 8-yard line. So the deep ball giveth, and now the deep ball taketh away.
Man, you're getting deep on me here. I like that. Going to the next level in what you're thinking. And when you think about all the success he's had throwing the football so far, sometimes when you're doing that, you think you're invincible out there. But he was given a cold dose of reality on that throw.
Well, some good games around the league here early in week one, and this one's shaping up to be as good as any of them as we come up on a 1st and 10.
this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it. And it's second down.
Well, this at least is the right idea. I think they've got to get the tight end more involved.
He had just one target in the first half, incomplete. Now incomplete here with the first target of the second half.
Yeah, should not stop them at all from going back to him. Find him. Find him.
From the gun again to Mixon. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Calling no gain on the run there. Now they'll be looking at a third down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
Well, this game has certainly had no shortage of offense. Both teams have been revved up from the start. And here's yet another big play. Boy, both defenses have just got to be dragging out there because they can run ragged throughout.
And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves it with 2 to go on second down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up second and 2 at the Rams' 38-yard line.
From the 38 now, here's second and 2. Stroud.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
What we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
This is third and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
Short throw into the hands of Jordan.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
So here's a first and 10 now, down inside the 20. As Stroud now to throw. To the left side, finds his receiver Noel.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 7.
Here's second and 3. Stroud off the play fake. Now he's going to step up and run.
Touchdown!
Nico Collins.
A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Texans are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their fourth-quarter lead.
Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And the lead now up to 14.
42. Rams, 28.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he'll be out of bounds here just past the 20-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
This is first and 10.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. He hits Adams complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
31 yards. That's good for a Rams first down. First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Now Stafford.
Pass complete there in the clear.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
22 yards.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
All 3 timeouts remain, but they've got to score quick. It's first and 10.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Limited time left on the clock after that incompletion, so I think both sides are going to savor every second to prepare before the next snap. Because once the ball's in motion, it may be a nonstop push to finish this drive off. Everyone better be on the same page right now, because I think they're going to try and get several plays off in quick succession if they can.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Here we go, first and goal.
You got a 20! Hey, 54!
Stafford. The quick slant caught.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
Second and goal from the 1. On the sneak, it's Stafford. And he takes this one into the end zone, and all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a one-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, you get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
The Rams will line up for the two-point conversion.
Now Stafford. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Derek Stingley picks it.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Texans offense ready to go here for their next drive. And 3 timeouts remaining here defensively, but really not much reason to use them at this point as this one is all but over.
If they use the timeouts here, it's strictly for show. We got plays to catch. When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit and forced an incompletion.
The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock.
First down, Houston.
Here we go.
5 points of contact necessary at this stage as they'll run on first down.
Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. And that's caught inside the 30. Now the Texans will burn the first of their timeouts. And as the two teams talking over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
All right.
That one looks like he'll throw here.
That's caught again by Schultz.
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is up to 15 now.
Makes the score Texans 49, Rams 34.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
18-yard line.
Here's 1st and 10.
Libra! Set! Yellow lady! Yellow!
One last throw here for Stanford. Under pressure, and the Texans able to get in there for the sack.